division. The little subheading with this, this thing calls it with zeros in the quotient. So, we have it as this. Under division, here's where you have to be a little careful. Zeros in quotient. Which would mean what? What's the quotient? What is a quotient? What is the quotient? Anybody? Oh boy, I would have thought we'd got this by now. Let's say you've got this problem here, 6 into 365. We've got the different parts of a division problem. This guy is called the divisor. This thing is called the dividend. And the lovely thing on top, the answer to a division problem is called the quotient. Okay. Today it is particularly important that you remember our algorithm for division, which means the way you do division, the pattern that you use to do it. And it's especially important that you remember this one little fact. If you bring down a number, you must put a number on top or in the quotient, as it would be. Because we're going to end up getting zeros, which is something we haven't had before. So let's take a look at the problem we're doing here. Does 6 go into 3? It doesn't. So there should be, you should write nothing above this 3. I'm going to put an X there. You don't have to put an X there. But there should be no number above that because 6 didn't go into it. Does 6 go into 36?
Yes.
That's our whole divide, multiply, subtract, bring down. You guys had something else, but I'm going with mine. How many times does 6 go into 36? What times 6 gives me close to 36, or is 36?
6.
6 times 6 is
36.
36. So there's my multiplication. I subtract. Remember, I want to see your arrows. You bring down the 5. Okay? Now look what happens here. How many times, we start a whole pattern over again, how many times does 6 go into 5? It doesn't, but I brought a number down, so I have to put that 0 up there. And you could still do the whole same thing again. 6 times 0 is 0. I subtract. Boom. I have no numbers left to bring down, so I'm really done with my problem. I just have 5 left over, so my answer is 60 remainder 5. But you have to stay organized. You have to follow your little pattern, your little algorithm, and you have to make sure that if you bring down something, you put a 0 up there to hold that spot down. So it's really important that you work in nice, straight rows and columns. And that's why you have that nice piece of homework paper that has those rows and columns and stuff like that. Let's try another one. How about this one? 8 into 4,818. 8 into 4,818. I'll do it with you. This one, for example. And again, if you don't know your multiplication tables, you don't know your division tables, you're going to be in trouble here. 8 doesn't go into 4, so I don't put anything above the 4. How many times does 8 go into 48?
6 times.
Right, so there's my division. 6 multiply times 8, I get 48. I subtract, and then I bring down. How many times does 8 go into 1?
0.
0. But I brought a number down. If I bring a number down, then I have to put a number up there, in which case it's 0. I multiply 0 times 8, which is 0. I subtract, I still get 1. Then I move on and I bring down the last number. How many times does 8 go into 18? Right, twice. And that is 16. I subtract I have no more numbers left to bring down, and I have a leftover 2, remainder 2. I know people get confused with this all the time, so be watchful. Let me give you one to try before we start on your own. How about 6 into 4,981? 4981. 6 into 4981. Yes, that would mean try that there, dudes. Write it down to do it. 6 into 4,981. Remember, your remainder can never be bigger than the number that you're dividing into. There you go. 2 plus 54. So let's take a look up here. And follow the pattern here. 6 doesn't go into 4, so there should be nothing above that 4. 6 goes into 49 how many times?
8.
That's my division. 6 times 8 is 48. I subtract. I have 1 left over. I bring down my next number. Can I divide 6 into 18? I sure can. How many times does 6 go into 18? I don't put a 0 up there because 6 goes into 18 3 times. I subtract. I bring down. Does 6 go into 1?
No.
No, but I brought a number down. I put that arrow down there. So I have to put a 0 up there. Multiply, you get 0, subtract, you're still left with that 1, and it's a remainder, a remainder of 1. For those of you that didn't get that, do you have a question about why you did not get that? You have to follow those same patterns. One more. Let's make this a money problem. 4 into $8.24. 4 into $8.24. And again, I would start with this. The decimal is going to go right above where it is in the problem, just so you know where it's going to be. Everything else is done exactly the same. You've got to label it as dollars. Just put that decimal right there. See what you end up with for an answer for 4 into $8.24. So this would look like this. 4 does go into 8. How many times? 2. Multiply. Subtract. Bring down. I brought a number down. 4 doesn't go into it, so that's where I put the 0 up there. Subtract. Bring down. How many times does 4 go into 24? 6 times. So there is